Yeah, baby, a Gigigo. A Gigigo is totally fine. Yeah? Daddy can't play with the ball right now, sweetie. Hey, guys. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back as always. My name is Lazar, and today on the menu, my friends, we're gonna be talking about the brand new evolving weapons. These latest new thing. Yay! Is it fun? Is it fantastic? Are you enjoying it? And what do I expect to see in future evolving weapons? Hopefully we're gonna get more, because at least my take on it is that the community does enjoy the evolving weapons, with a couple of caveats, however. So let's begin with the biggest thing. They come out extremely bugged. You don't know what works, you don't know how it works. And let's be honest, you can't really ask the average player, hey, study this and study that, and this doesn't work, and then look at stats, and then it doesn't work, and then you go into Arsenal, but it does work, but in actual gameplay it doesn't work, but the things, you can't ask that of a regular player. That's a little bit too much. So I would have loved if the confusion surrounding these weapons was not caused, and it was caused by the bugs affecting these evolving weapons. Now you got 3 evolving weapons, you got your primary, your secondary, and your melee as well. The flip side to the argument I just made is the fact that if you take longer to come out with content, then the dry spell continues for Warframe. Now I pointed out a couple of months ago, or a month ago, that this has been the longest dry spell for Warframe, and it has affected the popularity of the game in a very negative level. Essentially, Warframe dipped so much, it never dipped this much in the past 4 or 5 years, essentially. There was a huge gap between the new war, which was, it was cool, it was great, but it was a quest. That's it, it was a quest, and the Angels of Zariman Expansion, which brings a whole lot more playable content, actual gameplay with new game modes and all whatnot. So what do? Do you come out with the content a little bit earlier with it being bugged, or do you continue the dry spell? So essentially that is the predicament which I'm sure the developer had to figure out. Honestly, if it was me, I would rather wait for solid content, but at the end of the day, I am not a dev and I don't get to make these decisions. Let me know what you would have done in the comment section down below. Would you have waited for it to be fully polished, fully functional, no bugs, no anything whatsoever? Or, yeah, it's fine, bro, just rush it out there, we'll deal with it, because we're the Warframe community, we're used to it, yeah. Now that's my biggest thing with the evolving weapons. What I do love the brand new game modes, which you need to go through several times in order to get said weapons, I did not enjoy one certain aspect. In order to fully unlock the weapon's power, you need to get all 3 current evolving weapons, and that's asking a bit too much. In what sense? Not necessarily in terms of grind. I'm okay with content not being for everybody. Listen, if you don't have the time to play enough, or you're simply not interested enough, you can get it at a later date. There was no possibility to buy it with plat. The only possibility to get the weapons was to farm them, get standing up, and essentially get all 3 of them to unlock their full potential. And there lies the issue. Why are you shoving this down my throat? Maybe I don't like primary weapons. Maybe I have no interest in getting the primary or the secondary because I just like the monkey spam. I like the monkey spam E and win the game. That's totally fine. That's a way of playing the game. No problem with that. But in order for me to unlock the full power of the Predos, which is the melee, coincidentally, I need to get the primary and the secondary, and I really didn't want to do that. That's an argument to be had. I wish that the final level of power was not hidden behind get all 3. I'm wondering what they're gonna do for the shotgun, because yes, from what I remember, there should be an upcoming evolving shotgun. Fingers crossed. I wonder what does it transform into. Probably a heavy weapon as well. Now we're gonna get a bit more specific with the 3 currently available evolving weapons. Let's get the melee out of the way. I am not a melee guy. I do not like melee. It's 1.5 builds and they all play the same. You press E, you win game. And if that's what you enjoy, totally fine, fantastic. The brand new melee Predos is better than the Cronin Prime, in a sense. Okay, so it's a Cronin Prime, only better and more fancier. So if you're into that, 100% go for it. Now as for the primary and the secondary, the Latum to me was a breath of fresh air. Honestly, it's fantastic, I love the talents, but there are a couple of those evolutions or talents which are essentially dead weight. I would like to see some trim off the fat when it comes to actual dead weight talents, and I would like to see introduced talents that actually make a bigger difference to the weapon. Not in terms of damage. Damage, that's not important because damage can be tweaked later on. The problem is if a weapon comes out underwhelming, as in not powerful enough, then you get the Alternox episode. The Alternox, a beautiful, fantastic, gloriously designed weapon. Thumbs up to the design team on that one. With Stug level performance. So essentially your community is not really gonna react all that well to that, even though it is a beautiful weapon. And I still have all the fingers crossed. Look, D, it's crossed. Can we get a buff for the Alternox? Just like double the damage, double the crit, just something small like that. Thank you so much. Dead talents need to go, and talents that actually make an impact to the evolving weapons need to be introduced. I mean, changes in actual gameplay of the weapon. If you take a look at the free skins that we have for the Unreal Tournament set, including the Stalta, those make a huge impact when it comes to gameplay. You can change the visuals, you can change the projectile effects, you can change the whole look of the weapon. Now that is absolutely sick. I love what they did with the Unreal Tournament weapon. So you can use that which you already have used, dear D. Use what you did there to implement that into the evolving weapons, but a bit more functionality. I would love to see something like that. For example, your automatic rifle now fires explosive bullets but has minus 10% crit chance, something like that, you know? Something that makes a bigger choice in terms of personal preference. Let's talk about personal preference. Personal preference is all well and good, but let's be honest, you're gonna go to YouTube and you're gonna hopefully Google a guide by yours truly and say, hey, how do you build this one and how do you build that one? I wanna see more build diversity. With the two range weapons, you do have some build diversity. There are at least 2 solid builds per weapon with a whole bunch of variations on them, so I love that 100%. I would love to see a bit more considering they are evolving weapons. Another aspect that needs to be improved is this guy. This is Cavaliero, and Cavaliero is the only guy that allows you to change the talents on your incarnate weapons, which is a bit of a pain in the arse because every single time you gotta travel down to the Chrysalith. Why exactly can't we change those talents in the Orbiter, or I don't know, the, let's say, Simulacrum, for example? Is there an issue? Perhaps if we travel down to the Chrysalith, something catches our eye, maybe we do a couple of more bounties, maybe that's the reason. But let's be honest, in terms of usability, you need to change these bloody talents when you're in the actual arsenal. I don't see why you need to go down to the guy. Thumbs up for not asking for any resources, though, that would have been a bit of a problem. Now, please trim off fat. Talents like these, which essentially are borderline useless for weapons. Now, of course, keep in mind that the developer has a lot more data than I do. I have a general feel for the community, but the developer has spreadsheets. And in those spreadsheets, trust me, they know exactly how many players unlocked what weapon, how many are taking what talent and all whatnot. Or at least I hope you do, dear developer. So again, trim off the fat. Give me some talents that make a bigger impact to these weapons, something that changes the actual functionality and gameplay. I love the evolving thing, that's absolutely bloody fantastic, but you can do better, and I know you can. I'm assuming that there are time limitations, there are platform limitations, there are limitations on top of limitations, because if they wouldn't, of course, they would have done even a better job. Not to say that this is not good, I love the direction, the concept, the idea, thumbs up. Please more of this, less of the standard old assault rifle affair, please more of this, less of that. Fantastic, love it. Because, you know, Warframe is a spacey futuristic game that has 1,000 assault rifles, stop it. And that's pretty much it for my take on the evolving weapons. I love the idea, the concept is solid, I believe they can build on it from here. But the developer does have a track record of leaving things as is. Okay, we released this, yeah, you guys like it, you don't like it, okay, let's move on to something else. Don't do that. Please build on this. This is absolutely bloody glorious. I love the evolving weapons, and I know you can build on this and make something even greater. But of course, I'm just one man, and this is just one man's opinion. I would love to know, what do you guys think in the comment section down below? What is your favorite evolving weapon? Is it the Praetos, the brand new melee, which is essentially a Cronin Prime? Only better than the Cronin Prime, kind of. Is it the brand new primary weapon, the outstanding Fenmore, which basically transforms into a heavy weapon battery and destroys everything? And by the way, if you want to see it perform and what it's truly capable of, haha, click the cards right now. Or is it my favorite, the secondary weapon, the Latham, which goes from mech is too much. Its primary form is so underwhelming, but it goes full nuclear when you get that incarnate form going. Once again, full and detailed guide on the outstanding Latham in the cards right now. I think I hit it, sorry about that. As always, my name is Leyzar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!